Hello, this is Div, the Sunny Panda, and welcome back to my playthrough of This Is the Police. Alright, let's continue. We were on day 7. I forgot which day we were in. We were on day 7. The Golden Bird reports that racist gangs run wild in the city, and we know that's happening because we were threatened by the mayor to fire all black cops, which we didn't do. So this happened on July 21st, a Sunday, a nice Sunday, but we're a cop, we don't get off days. Freiburg Tribune says investigation into Francis Kendrick could resume. He's already out of town, so that's fine. The Fact reports second tower to be built in Freiburg. All right, let's clock in for the day. We have a noisy car, don't we? Oh, cutscene.
The people of Freiburg have built up a tolerance for the petty horrors of modern life. You'll never see crowds gathering around a beaten passerby. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. And street theft doesn't turn heads anymore. Been a long time since people got worked up about stuff like that. So when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, I knew there was something serious going on. Something bad enough to knock these people out of their daily rhythm. And we're talking about people who would step over a corpse if it was blocking the door to the coffee shop. But apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets, or spreading broken glass across Main Street, or releasing a couple of hundred rats in the ice arena. The mysterious figure taking responsibility for these strange acts goes by the alias Robespierre. Nobody knows who he is, what he wants, or what all this adds up to, from the buckets of lard spread on the sidewalk to the front door of City Hall covered with ostrich feathers. But this strange cross between childhood pranks and cheap theatrics has got the people all worked up. Everyone understands when some Freiburg crook satisfies the basic human need to rob and kill. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks him in a cell below the courthouse, the people start asking questions.
That's
Myself,
something out of the
I
ordinary.
kind of like this Robespierre. It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his green bull's head emblem. I just like his funny nickname. Robespierre? Really? Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so. In the old books about revolutions, I fancy myself the old gunner who goes off to war with a bag of damp powder. Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer kegs with mop water. It's something to think about.
Well, we have a new... Martin Stedt is your new deputy. Alright, so we have a new deputy in replacement for Kendrick, who has dodged town. Stovall is tired for some reason. I don't think we overworked him, but oh well, probably he was up all night reading that book that he wanted to leave for last day. Let's start our day. New records can be obtained as a gift or a thank you for your service, but why wait when you can refill your collection now? Oh, we can buy new music. In the Ulrich's List catalog, you can always find a rich assortment at the lowest possible prices. Pre-order and save. I see, so we can buy tracks for money. Octopus. This is, I think, an ad for the bar in town. All right. We'll get to that probably sometime. We'll play this for now. Don't you leave me here. And let's get on with our day. Day number 7 with Shift A. The Mafia can offer you some very interesting services. You're practically a member of the Mafia family now, so it'll hardly cost you a thing. Alright, so we can... Okay, the Sand Services crime trap. The Mafia will falsify a special crime in progress report, and all the officers who arrive at the scene will be killed. Up to 3 cops. The Mafia will falsify a special investigation, and the detective who arrives at the scene will be killed. Only one detective threatened the mafia will intimidate members of the committee before the hearing at the prosecutor's office. That seems like a last resort thing because of the price, but holy shit, that's some interesting options we have there. Your new assistant is no Kendrick, but he's not as useless as he might seem. He can handle some of your duties when you're pressed for time, but lunch is on you, along with any other expenses. So we can also use the deputy. Send your staff. We can send them for training, send employees to an informal outdoor party, hire a snitch, consulting detective, buy names, find out which of your employees plans to testify against you, buy silence, convince your employees not to testify against you. Okay, so that's good. Statistics, days left 173, weekly salary $1,200, earned spent $5,700 earned and $0 spent. Crime solved, cases solved, officers dead, officers fired, best officer, best detective. Okay, that's nice to know. Alright, we have everything open now. We can access almost everything. That's the Sands Ranch. We can take services from the Mafia, if you can imagine. Theft at Bigfoot Athletic Shoe Shop. A shoe store clerk reports that 2 teenagers found the most expensive sneakers on display, tried them on, and then, without paying, ran out of the shop wearing the new shoes. Alright, Stovall and Vandal. You can handle this case of simple theft. Even though Stovall is tired, I'm sure he can manage, can't he? He probably shouldn't have been up all night reading that book. But yeah, that's what you get. You can't slack off on duty just because you're addicted to a new book, even though I understand how addicting a book can be. Attempted murder in the suburb. A man returned from work earlier than usual and found his young wife in bed with her lover. The maid called the police when she saw the husband taking a hunting rifle from the wall cabinet. Seems serious. Gibbons, you go as lead with Robbins and Do we want the Birch's curse again? Someone is going to end up killed if I send one of these 2 clowns, so I'll send Officer Grant. The teens are standing around, smoking, not far from the store, admiring their new shoes. Theft. Try to grab one of the boys. Time to return those shoes. Hey, mind if I have a cigarette? Time to return those shoes. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Good job, officers. Get back to base. So first call was successful, but I'm still worried about the second call. I didn't want to risk sending one of the Birches because one of them is tired, even though he has almost 100 professionalism. Today in Freiburg, we are hosting the premiere of Back to the Future. The film's distributors have asked the city for an officer stand at the door and ensure that visitors don't bring their handheld cameras into the theater. We have just the proper guy for this very important task of curbing piracy. Make us proud, Buck Jr. Alright. Attempted murder report. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Good job. Going well. The day is going well, if I may say so. And I feel whenever I say that the next call, tons of my officers are going to die. That's just. 412A is progress. I have a feeling. Assault at Freiburg Elementary School. A young father, deprived of his parental rights, tried to pick up his daughter from school. When he wasn't allowed access, he attacked a teacher, knocked her to the ground, and started kicking her. I can sympathize with the father, but it isn't the best to kick down the teacher. Officer Stovall and Vandal, off you go. They can handle it. Vandal seems to be a strong person. Mr. Boyd, I have a very sensitive issue, which our mutual friend Charles Dilley said you could help me with. As you may already know, I own the largest music store in Freiburg. Recently, my ex-wife got half of my record collection in a lawsuit. There's a lot of rare records. My ex is very afraid of the police and always tries to act like a law-abiding citizen. If some of your guys went over there in uniform and told her those records were evidence in an important investigation, she'd just smile and give them whatever they asked for, not even check into the warrant. So basically, we're we're abusing the goodwill of a citizen, even if they just want to act like they're a law-abiding citizen. We are making them feel that the police can't be trusted. Jack, we have something going down today at the engineering plant at 2209. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think 4,000 should be enough for such a request. Alright, so we just need to turn a blind eye at the case at engineering plant at 22. What was it?
210 in progress.
Can I check? I can't.
412A.
Okay, this is disorderly conduct at the Gallery of Modern Art. A guard says that someone got into the exhibition hall, scrawled pictures of penises on the artwork and hid in the closet. Gibsons and Robbins, out you go. The assault, the dad assaulting the teacher, offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Good job. Stovall and Vandal did well. Chief, we helped Ulrich Bieber, and to thank us, he gave us a Greno Crespo album, The Master. True, Grant prefers glam, so she was really sad and was at the bar by the time the shift ended. Oh, Grant. We got 3,000 big bucks from Mr. Bieber. Alright. We're making some cash today. We need to ignore one of the calls from the... I forgot what it was. I'm sure there's something to check. There's somewhere... Oh, yeah, we need to... should we start to investigate on this shift?
Got a situation here.
We have a good detective for that. Yeah, we'll start that. All right. We'll start investigating on the gang after we handle this case. All the lights are on when the police arrive. The museum caretaker explains that he's only had the job a couple of weeks and he's worried he's going to be fired over this foolishness. The police calm him down and he points out the bathroom stall that the artist locked himself inside. Come out with your hands up, break down the door, enter the adjoining stall. We tell him to come out with his hands up, and a terrified and tearful young man holding a knife insists that he's engaged in some kind of performance art and that no one understands him. He refuses to surrender and is threatening to stab himself. We can tell him to be more specific about his work. We can try to grab the knife, which will possibly result in the injury of one of our officers or the young man himself. Or we can say, don't worry, you're not in any trouble. We just want to talk. Let's talk to him. And seems that Gibsons may have charmed him into surrendering. Alright, that's good. Or it could be Robbins who charmed him into surrendering. Yeah, I wanted to... if I can check... first off, I need to also start the investigation on the gang. Alright. Let's start an investigation on Jin Yang. Porter as the lead detective. Moser as supporting detective. I think that should be fine. Let's proceed. There should be somewhere where I can check my... I don't think so. I'll check it up later, maybe. But we need to just ignore one call from Sands Mafia. Rather, on behalf of the Sands Mafia. They requested us to ignore a call for help. Okay, investigation has started on sale of stolen goods to bring down the gang. Jin Yang always handles the big deals personally. Chinese businessman Bo Su secretly arrived in Freiburg last week. He's convinced that the necklace was stolen from his family back in the 17th century. Transfer of goods in Jin Yang typically pretends to be a regular restaurant visitor and tells the buyer in advance which table to find her at. Bo Su prefers to travel without a bodyguard or driver so as to not attract too much attention. Jin Yang always insists on full payment up front and never deals in cash. Alright.
911 in progress.
Engineering plant at the theft at the engineering plant. I think this was the one we were supposed to ignore. So we are not going to send out any officer here. and we are going to help the mafia basically, but we're going to get some cash out of it. At least this was their first request, so I am going to accept it and not send out any officers to respond to the call. Alright, let's open investigation. So the buyer comes into the restaurant. She's sitting there and she accepts cash. Jin Yang, owner of the Wise Dragon restaurant. We can go capture her now. Let's send Gibbons and Vandal with the SWAT to take down the leader of the gang. I don't know, Wise Dragon gang? What's the gang called? But they're the Wise Dragon restaurant. So we are sending a team in for the arrest of the Red Masks, the leader of the Red Mask. Okay, psychological tests. City Hall. Jack, you must have seen the newspaper stories about Thomas Blaine, the retired cop who went schizophrenic and shot a pregnant woman. Yes, we remember that. To ensure this tragedy doesn't repeat itself, we decided to conduct psychological testing for all cops over 50 years of age. That includes you, Jack. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Eleonora Waterbury is waiting for you in her office. Don't be late. All right. We get $4,000 from Christopher Sand, and oh no. Oh, I thought the mafia, the gang leader escaped, but this was the engineering plant which we didn't attend to, so that's fine. The offender escaped, but we were aiming for that. We wanted to let them go, so that's fine. I got confused. I got mixed up. I thought it was the leader of the gang, but we caught the leader of the gang. Our detectives get some more professionalism, and we have taken down the gang. We can eliminate the gang. There they go, falling down. You have destroyed this gang, and we got $20,000 as reward from City Hall, and we completed the quest for City Hall. Jack, keep up the good work, and we'll make sure your final days at Freiburg PD are much more comfortable. Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just doing my job. We can end the day. Successful day overall. Good job to officers and detectives. Stovall is nearly dead. We may have to send him on leave. No, we don't want to order him to work next day, but we may have to send him on leave. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't stay up reading the book again. July 22nd, Monday. The Golden Bird reports police expose antique thief gang. Freiburg Tribune reports mysterious Robespierre announces political ambitions. And Freiburg's #1 paper, The Fact, reports 6 new restaurants to appear in the city by year's end. They seem to be concentrating on the positive. Though I think there needs to be an outlet that just reports positives, because you get negatives from majority of the outlets, right? Oh yeah, we are we are in our psychological test. So Dr. Eleonora says, Mr. Boyd, this is a very simple test. I'll show you a card with an abstract image. You just look at them and tell me what you see. All right. A man taking a handful of tablets in the barn. 2 natives beating the drums. Flying severed heads. How does this look like 2 natives beating the drums? But this is like a suspicious answer to the psychological test. We'll just go with a man taking a handful of tablets in the barn. A man going back to his house, a butterfly, a man with a clock for a face. A man going back to his house. A woman decorating a Christmas tree, a dancing girl, a blue alien. Holy shit. I'm not even going to read that out. A woman decorating a Christmas tree. A man giving a woman a Christmas ornament, a tower on a hill, A baby with spider legs, a man giving a woman a Christmas ornament, a woman dropping the Christmas ornament, an automobile accident, a tree that's growing human lungs. The woman dropping the Christmas ornament. Pieces of Christmas ornament all over the floor, an ice cream cone, marching hammers. Yeah, pieces of Christmas ornament all over the floor. A man yelling at the woman, a chess rook, a man with the head of a rhinoceros. Yeah, a man yelling at the woman. The woman slapping the man, an overturned truck, a huge hedgehog eating people instead of apples. I wonder what happens if we just go with the last answer every time. The man pushing the woman, a key on a chain, an octopus playing the piano. The man pushing the woman. And the woman falling over with the Christmas tree, a pile of autumn leaves, a woman in a warm skin coat. Not sure. Thank you for your time, Mr. Boyd. I will inform you about the test results in the coming day. That's it? We didn't even need to attend our police duty. Alright. I shall end the video here. I shall end the video here for now. We'll continue in our next video. Thank you for tuning in. As always, leave me a comment if you want me to improve on something, or if you think I can improve on something, or just with your feedback in general. Let me know if you're enjoying, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.